the great fire at the Church of Notre Dame. It was actually a few weeks ago that I was at that church in Paris, walked right by it, and noticed the scaffolding all around it. This was before it had burned. Anyway, it had a spectacular fire. I don't need to tell you about that. It was all across the media. What struck me about the fire was the following. A desperately unpopular president, Mr. Macron, tried desperately to make some political hay out of it. Oh, he was going to attend to this great monument, this 8th-century-old church that sits on a little island in the middle of the Seine River, etc. He was going to be committed to rebuilding it. And so, together with some of his very good friends, some of the richest people in France, the Gucci Empire and the others, they got together and, miracle of miracles, in a matter of hours, they came up with nearly $1 billion from a handful of rich families to rebuild the top towers of the Notre Dame fire that the Notre Dame fire had destroyed. Poor President Macron, trying desperately to look like a hero. He's going to restore the church. He quickly finds $1 billion. This is the same president who cut salaries, who damaged the labor laws in order to make it more profitable for corporations, who explained that the government couldn't do the things it used to do for the people of France because there was no money, suddenly discovered money. What a miracle. He found the money. And where did he find it? In the hands of the rich people. Turns out they had it all along. But it gets worse, the fakery of these kinds of governments. It's worse. Why? Turns out that these super rich families who got together to give $1 billion are entitled under French law to deduct from their taxes the charitable contribution. And French law is very good. If you're an individual, you can deduct 66% of what you give. If you're a business, it's 60%, which means the bulk of the money that those rich people contributed isn't their money at all. It's tax money. They're not going to pay taxes the way they would have because they can count that against what they have to pay taxes on. You know what that means? That a good part of the rebuilding of the Notre Dame church will be paid by the French taxpayers, who are being screwed yet again. But it didn't work in France because the Yellow Vest movement pinpointed this right away. They made a mockery. First you tell us you can't do things, and then you quickly find $1 billion. Overnight! You said there was no money, but you found it quickly. And you found it for people who don't need it, for people who are already crazy rich, and who are going to rip off this government and our society as they give money to get the publicity of being so charitable. It is, to quote the French, dégoûtant, which is their word for disgusting.